Here are the top 10 things you need to remember from Iron Flame before you start reading Onyx Storm, which is out on the 21st of January. So soon. Number 1, Violet's continued growth. During Fourth Wing, we were very much thinking like, oh, like, is she gonna make it, like all of this, and we're still concerned about her health, but we can tell that with her intelligence and her wit and everything that she's gone through so far, that she is definitely growing and becoming a force to be reckoned with, and you can tell that she has her mother's blood. The second thing to remember is Andana's evolution. So Andana isn't supposed to be like this adorable little golden dragon anymore, so she's no longer a baby. Her powers have matured. We don't really know how or like what's going on with her. We just know that it's not the way that it was before, and we don't really know like what's happened with her powers and stuff like that, but we do know that it was really pivotal in the last book. We discover in Iron Flame that Xaden goes on like these secret missions. He continues to be brooding, but he's running these like covert operations which are against Navarre's leadership, and so we don't really know like how his like loyalties are going. In Iron Flame, the Venin threats escalate, and we know that Venin are power-hungry creatures that feed on magical energy, and they're getting more and more dangerous. We see firsthand how they're connected to Navarre's leadership, and you can even see a gruesome transformation of somebody becoming Venin firsthand. We also continue to see how Navarre's corruption runs deep, and it's like the main plot point, I would say, in Iron Flame is discovering that leadership know what's happening, are hiding what's happening, and that they've known the truth for decades but are changing history. Of course, we found out at the end of the last book that Brennan is still alive, and we're finding out how much of a key player he is in the rebellion. Now, I don't think we find out much about how he survived, but he's an insider now. Not much to be said here, but Dane is still being Dane, overprotective. He doesn't get it. She doesn't need you, hun. She doesn't need you. Didn't mention this so much in my last video, but we see the bond between Ten and Segal, who is Xaden's dragon, strengthening but also being mirrored in Violet and Xaden's relationship, and so we're realizing that not only are the dragons interconnected, but potentially their riders are interconnected without like mutually exclusive of the fact that their dragons are connected, if that makes any sense. We also see that the rebellion has gained momentum in the book, and we see Violet taking on a bit of a leadership role within that, even though it conflicts against her mother and Navarre's loyalists. But potentially the most scary part of Iron Flame is the cliffhanger right at the end, when we think that maybe Xaden has turned Venin. So hold on to your horses, get ready for January 21st. You can check out my summary video on Iron Flame and Fourth Wing if you need a little bit more than these top 10, or you can watch some longer videos that I've seen. It's easy to search, but you can search them, find out what the hell's going on. Bearing in mind these are really brief points, people might not think that these are very specific plot points. Also, sorry, I completely forgot. I forgot to say, Jack Harlow. Jack Barlow, he's alive. Yeah. I was going to say I don't know how that happened. I do know how that happened. Do I agree with it happening? No. Anyway,